Hello, and welcome to How to Clash for Dummies. My name is Hold My Beer, and I'm one of the lead admins for the Clash of the Classes tournament. Myself and the other admins wanted to make a video that helps participants understand our tourney better, so that's what this is. Whether this is your first time ever in an esports tournament or you're a seasoned veteran, we are really excited to have you along for what we hope to be our largest and most entertaining season yet. Before I go any farther, there's a couple of housekeeping things I wanted to mention. First of all, the footage that you're watching is actually featured gameplay from our alpha test session. Lord Zath cast these matches and kindly let us use it for this video. Thanks, Zath. For those who are interested, he has a series of videos on YouTube showcasing some of our alpha test matches. Secondly, this video is not intended to be a replacement for actually reading the Season 4 rule set, and we ask that at least one person for each team reads the rule set fully so that your team is fully in the know on how to get the most out of your tournament experience. So, I realize this might make this video a little bit longer, but I figured that anyone who is completely new to this tournament, I should mention a quick overview about just like what this tournament is. So, here we go. Clash of the Classes is a casual focused 4 versus 4 tournament. Season 4 will run from August 4th through the 15th. With registration closing on the 2nd. You'll hear me say that again, but just wanted to slip it in there. Clash offers a play-as-you-want format, which allows teams to pick and choose exactly which days they want to play during the regular season. Teams are also able to add up to 2 substitutes in addition to 1 mercenary slot, which helps the show to go on, even if real life calls away some of your teammates. In an exciting turn of events, this season of Clash will be paying homage to the old Shipstorm tournament, and will feature gameplay including teams made up of 1 battleship, 1 destroyer, and 2 cruisers, as well as some features that Clash has been well known for, such as our ELO point rating system, a tier point system that you use to assemble your lineup of 4 ships, and a 1 ship per nation rule. Any participants can expect great rewards for placing 1st through 7th place on our podium. Even if you do not place on the podium, your team can still earn doubloon rewards just by showing up and playing games through our unique raffle reward system. To celebrate the kickoff of Season 4, Clash is bringing back our fan favorite minigame fun night. The first 96 people who sign up will have the opportunity to participate in a massive training room event with tons of prizes and game modes such as Death Brawls, Destroyer Races, and a completely new mode called Among Us. Registration for the tournament, again I'll mention, closes August 2nd at midnight Eastern, and space is limited, so sign your team up today. So now that we've covered the basics of our tournament, let's take a closer look at a couple other parts. So the first step in your Clash of the Classes experience is registering your team. All you need to do for that is just talk among your friends, clanmates, peers, whoever, random people off the street, and gather 4 to 6 of yourselves for a team. After that, you just need to fill out our Season 4 registration form. Links to that can be found in prominent places such as the description of this video, our website, and our Discord. Something else I will mention is if you do not happen to have friends, clanmates, or people off the street to build a team, you are welcome to check out our Discord, and on there we have a specific channel that's called Looking for a Team, and lots of people post in there and say, hey, I'm looking to build a team, or I'm looking to be included in a team, and you can try to get in on the action through that. At this point, I'm going to take a quick second and explain how the substitutes and mercenary position work for this tournament. So, In a nutshell, your team will be fielding 4 people every time you take the field. That can be made up of the 4 to 6 players that you have on your team's roster. This is the list that you provide to us when you register your team. As well as, if your team desires, you have a merc position that you can bring in just somebody off the street. They don't have to be on your team roster. Finally, if in case we always get questions about this, you can edit your team roster. That's something that's available to guys. If you want to add somebody to your roster, if you have your 2 substitute spots and you don't have anyone added yet, you can just simply give us the names and we'll add them on for you. If you want to take someone off of your team roster, you can. The only stipulation we have is the person being removed cannot have played a game for your team yet so far in the tournament. So that's what we have for that. The mods Cabbage and DTK Gamer are the guys that we have handling roster movements. So go ahead and message them if you have questions and if you need assistance, and they'll be happy to help. So now you have your team. Let's talk about how you're going to build your lineup of ships for the contest. First, I will mention that all the rules for how we stipulate that you build your lineup are included in the rule set under the Lineup Rules and Room Settings section. Secondly, without going into too much detail on all of those rules, I will mention that we actually have a special tool that we provide to our teams to aid them in building the teams and making sure it's legal. I'm just going to throw that up on the screen right now, and you guys can get a quick look to see how that works. Alright, so here we have our team lineup checker. We have a brief overview on the rules surrounding what goes into building your teams. Essentially, each tier of ship will cost a certain amount of points. The premium will cost 1 point more, and you have 41 points to build your team. We also require your team to be made up of 4 different nations. So each ship has to be from a different nation. And what we have here is a list of every single battleship that is available to you and your team. As well as we have 2 lists for cruisers, because you have to bring 2 cruisers, and 1 for destroyers. So if you guys are looking to build your team, or build your lineup, talk about it with your team, discuss what you think might be the best, and then come over here, plug it in, and if it pops out as green and green and green, that means your lineup is legal. You should be good to go. So that's all that there is to this. I hope that makes sense. So I must admit, our tournament has a lot of unique features on the World of Warships tournament scene. One of which is our ELO rating system. Early on in Season 1 of our tournament, we decided that the idea of making our schedule as flexible as possible was a great idea to synergize with our casual tournament experience focus. We decided to use the ELO rating system as it gives us the ability to let teams stay flexible, pick which days they want to play, but also gives us a good indicator of relative skill by the end of the regular season. This rating system is widely used in the world of chess, which also has a pretty flexible scheduling format. For an in-depth look on the exact way that your team's ELO rating is calculated, as well as to just double check our scorekeeping, you can look at the Season 4 Team ELO Rating Over Time chart under the Calculations tab. This sheet can be found in the Season 4 information channel on our Discord as soon as registration closes for the tournament on August 2nd. So now that you have your team registered and your lineup of ships settled, let's talk about how you get on the schedule. I'm going to briefly touch on all of the nights listed on the schedule and talk about what you can expect from them and how to sign up. First up, we have our Fight Night. The Fight Night is a fully optional kickoff event for the tournament that will happen on Thursday, August 4th. Registration for this event can be found on our Discord under the Season 4 information channel, on our rule set, and on the website under the About tab. Participants can expect jousts, fights to the death, and a new mode called Among Us. So, come and check us out if you're free that night and want to have some fun. I will also mention this night is fully optional and has no impact on the competitive part of our tournament. It's just there to let people have fun. Moving on, the Fight Night. The Fight Nights are fully optional events that will happen twice, on Friday the 5th and Tuesday the 9th from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern. This facet of our tournament was introduced in Season 1 and was not included in Season 3. We decided to re-include it because a lot of teams were asking for extra opportunities to get some gameplay time in. So we listened, and here you guys are. In a nutshell, your team will have the opportunity to sign up for any or all of the 7 or so time slots that will be available during this period. Registration forms will be put out for each time slot, and they will stay open until 5 minutes before that time slot is about to begin. So your team can show up super last minute and still sign up and join in on the fun. After registration closes, we're going to take all the teams that registered for that time slot and randomly assign you guys opponents. And then you guys will go off and fight on a predetermined map based on what the mods say. One important feature of the Fight Night is that your team is unable to lose ELO rating for participating in this event. So the winners will earn ELO rating, and the losers, the ELO rating stays the same. So this is just a very low stress, low risk way. It's virtually no risk way of experiencing this tournament and hoping to increase your ELO rating. Next up, we have regular season. We will have 4 regular season nights on the 6th, 7th, 10th, and 11th of August from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern. It is important to note that if your team wants to compete in our end of season playoffs, we will require your team will need to participate in at least 2 regular season nights. In each regular season night session, all of the teams that sign up will be ranked from best to worst ELO rating, and then teams will be grouped into a group of 5 or 6 teams with teams of similar ELO rating around you. You will then fight against each of the teams within your bracket, and the results of those matches will be scored. That will be what is used to calculate your team's new ELO rating at the end of the night. In order to minimize the amount of forfeits in our tournament, we're actually only going to release the signups for each regular season night 24 hours prior to that session happening. So for instance, on the 6th, our first regular season night, the signups for that will go out on the 5th, and we'll put some pings out, and we'll do what we can to help remind you guys that that's what's happening, but I just wanted to mention it for you guys there. It will be up to your team leader or your secondary team leader, if you have one listed, to go ahead and fill out that form. Signups will close for each regular season night at noon for the day of that contest. Finally, we come to the grand finale, the playoffs. Our playoffs will be conducted over the span of 2 days, Saturday the 13th and Sunday the 14th of August, from 6:30 to 10 p.m. Eastern. The top 24 teams, based on ELO rating, at the end of regular season play, will qualify for the playoffs automatically. Teams that come in 25th through 40th place will have an opportunity to qualify for the playoffs on Friday the 12th by beating one other team in a best of 5 match. Whew, okay. So, that wraps up scheduling. Let's shift gears and jump to another topic. So, this is a question that we receive just about every season that I'd like to touch on briefly, and that is, how do you set up a training room? I'll walk you guys through how that's going to happen with some footage here from me in game. So here you guys go. Alright, here is Beer's tutorial on how to set up a training room. First thing you gotta do is load into the World of Warships client. And you got that set. Let's go into a training room. We are gonna do this as if you are creating the room. If you were to join a room that somebody else has already created, all you have to do is search for the name of that person, type in at least 3 letters, and you can be able to find the room that way and join it. This person doesn't have a password, so you just click on it and it lets you join it as that way. I don't want to join whatever this guy is doing. Have fun, buddy. So, I'll show you how you can set up your own training room this way. So, go here, create battle. I'll set this up according to one of our maps, just so you guys are aware. First thing you want to do is make it 4 versus 4. Not entirely important, but it helps. You want to set the game timer to 10 minutes, that's very important. You want to hide enemy ships. You can allow spectators, that's required if you guys have casters for your match. And then you come over here and you just pick the map that you are going to use. Solomon Islands is one of our modes. And the mode for your map can be selected from this drop down menu. For Solomon Islands we have that as domination. Last thing you want to do is you can put a description there that can help the opposing team or even your teammates to be able to come and find this and make sure they're entering into the right room. So I'm just going to put COT testing. There you go. That's all you have to it. Training room is created. I guess one last thing I'll mention before I go is the person who makes the training room will be in charge of moving players around. So as they join in, you're going to have to manually move them to each side, and then once teams are ready on both sides, you will be the person to hit the battle button. So, hope that makes sense, and I hope this helps you on your tournament experience. Okay, a lot of video done so far. We are into the home stretch finally. Last thing I wanted to touch on, this is a question we receive a few times, and it's not the weirdest question ever, is about our reward system. Our reward system is a little different from other tournaments out there, that's by design, but I just wanted to take a second and touch on that for you guys, so you guys can better understand how you can get your hands on the rewards. So, first of all, we've got podium prizes. If your team places 1st through 7th place in our double elimination playoff series, you will be able to walk away with some elusive tier 4 economic boosts, as well as a premium ship container, varying tiers. Full details on all of that can be found in the rule set. Next, I'm going to talk about our raffle system. Now, this reward system might be a little strange for some of you guys, but in Season 1 of our tournament, we wanted to come up with a way to reward guys who showed up and played in our tournament, but maybe were not the toughest team in the whole contest and didn't have a great chance at making it onto the podium. We still wanted to give you guys, those teams, an opportunity to walk away with some nice prizes. So what we did is we implemented a raffle system. Essentially, every time you show up to play, that increases your opportunity to earn rewards, as well as having a higher ELO rating at the end of the season, but not placing on the podium. Teams that do place on the podium will not be eligible for the raffle rewards. Next, we have a prize for the best Twitch clip. This is basically an opportunity for anybody, even people who aren't participating in the tournament, to come in and join in on the fun. All you have to do is just pay attention to the official Twitch streams that are happening. If you see something cool happen, see something entertaining, funny, or otherwise, clip it and post it into our specific media from the tournament channel on our Discord. Then the mod team will get together once the season is over, and we'll judge and we'll pick our winner. The winner will receive, I think, 15,000 doubloons for that prize. Lastly, the fun night. So I mentioned previously we have our fun night. It has its own set of rewards. The rewards that we will be giving away on the fun night will be mentioned more in detail once we get into the actual fun night event starting. But I just wanted to mention that we will be doing a raffle for that event, and we will be also giving away some super containers for the winners of the destroyer race at the end of the session. That will conclude my diatribe here. I hope that this was informative for you guys, and as an addendum that I'll add on to anything regarding this tournament, if anybody here has any questions still about what we've got going on, you are more than welcome to stop by our tournament, flag down one of the mods, and we'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you guys out on the battlefield. Peace.